And it's officially the Historic Preservation Commission meeting of Wednesday, April 5th, and it's, like I said, 6 o'clock. Today, let's see, I said the date, Wednesday, April 5th, and it looks like we need to call to order, and I need a roll call, please.
Chairman Bruce Trimber.
Present.
Vice Chairman Evan Goodwin.
Present.
Commissioner Carrie Schmelter. Commissioner Mary Box-Bell.
Present.
Commissioner Josh Simpson. Commissioner Carletha Frazier.
Present.
Commissioner Will Gunther.
Here.
And do we have a quorum?
We do.
We have a quorum. Very good. Thank you. Notice regarding adjournment. The Historic Preservation Commission will not hear new items after 9:30 p.m. unless authorized by a majority vote of the commission members present. Items which have not been heard before 9:30 may be continued to the next regular meeting or a special meeting date as determined by the commission members. Notice regarding public comments. Let's see, do we have any public comments? No. Every member of the public, we need to review this anyway. Every member of the public who is recognized to speak shall address the chairman, and in speaking, avoid disrespect to the commission, staff, or other members of the meeting. State your name and address when speaking for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. Looks like we have an adoption of the agenda as written. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Very good. Looks like any discussion. If not, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Adoption of agenda. Adoption of minutes as written, lovely and always properly, of the March 1st, and we appreciate your good work here. March 1st, 2023. I hope everyone had a chance to review them. And are there any comments? So I'm looking for adoption of minutes.
So moved.
I'm looking for a second.
Second.
No discussion. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Adoption of minutes. Lovely job. Thank you. Like we said, no public comments. Well, you're not considered public, but if you want to, mention something. No. All right, old business. Do we have any old business? Looks like we're into some new business, and today we have one item on our agenda. And I believe, Katie, you're the one that's going to do the presentation, so take it away.
Yes, the application we have before us tonight is one you have seen fairly recently. However, they are making a few changes to it, which includes additional square footage under a roof, which, as we know, that comes back before the Historic Preservation Commission as a certificate of appropriateness because it cannot be reviewed as a site feature. So this is a request by Nicholas, Rob, and Michelle Nurnberg for approval of an addition of a shed roof over the side entry of the house under construction and the addition of an enclosed area of approximately 58 square feet to the carriage house structure, along with a couple other additional architectural modifications to the residential building that is currently under construction, located at 32 Pritchard Street, here in the Old Town Boston Historic District. It is zoned Neighborhood General HD. So this is the one that you see under construction if you came in this way. If you didn't, you can see it as you leave if you leave that way. So it is the small structure here. You can see the front elevation and the rear elevation. The front is on your left with the more square, and the rear elevation is this more rectangular one. The right elevation, so this is the side that is closest. Okay, that's okay. This is the elevation that is closer to Brune. And then this is the left elevation, which is the side that is closer to Town Hall. This is the rear porch area that I've just taken an additional picture of because I cut it off on the first picture that I took, which is the full side elevation there. And then this is a picture of the carriage house from the left side. I did not take one from the right side because I believe you can imagine what it will look like from the other side. I'll give you a hint. Something just like this. The area where they're proposing that additional square footage would be right along this side here, so that's why I made sure that it was this side that I took so you could get a really clear picture of what it would look like. But this is the site plan. So again, this is Pritchard Street to our front. Brune is way up the road here. Town Hall is way down the road and across the street here. They've circled the areas on the site plan where they'll have the additional areas that affect the site plan. So this is that small carriage or enclosed space on the carriage house, and then this is a small porch addition. It is not under a roof for this portion of it, but then the roof is over the existing stoop on the side elevation. So it's not in red here because it didn't affect the site plan. It has been clouded on the other ones. They provided us very clearly numbered, which I appreciate. Thank you so much for making that clear. Numbered and circled, clouded areas with their checklist. So I've put this checklist on every slide just so that we can call it out here. This is that deck expansion as you see it from the front. It's just a small area that extends beyond the house to, I believe, allow for a grill area. The applicant is here obviously to speak on behalf of the project if you have further questions, but then that's why that area is being added there. This is the front elevation as you'd see that porch shed roof over the stoop on the other side, which goes towards the driveway. This is the small enclosed area you see here. They've added a half-round gutter along the side elevations here. And then this is the cedar that they've, cypress, good try, it's a C word, but not the right one. A cypress siding that they've proposed up in the gable on both the front and the rear of the structure, as well as some trim work there. This is the carriage house elevations, just so you can see it a little bit more clearly. So from the rear elevation, which is the cove, you will not see this elevation. This is the front elevation, so this faces the front of the lot. The small shed roofed enclosed area is located behind the primary structure, so it staggers, so you will not see it from the street. You may a little bit from an angle, but it's not much at all. And then this is that other side elevation, the left side, so it doesn't have any other detail on it there. So it's 58 square feet approximately. And then this is the rear, so you can see that is the same without the door, obviously, on the rear elevation. And the installation specs on how they're proposing to install those cypress. They are also proposing to add shutters to the whole house. It would be all windows that can accept them, so you can see them here. They are single shutters, which is just fine. It is an acceptable configuration for the shutter that will have the propeller style shutter dogs. So that has been included there. And again, you can see those shutters added along here. They've got the arrow, but I cut it off, sorry. And then the bracket detail that was being removed was from in here. It was the only location that bracket detailing was included, so it doesn't affect any of the other portion of the structure. And then this is the cypress trim detailing that they had proposed as well on the columns. As this is a certificate of appropriateness, there are 8 review criteria which are set forth in section 318.3 of our Unified Development Ordinance, and you all have the authorization to approve the application as submitted by the applicant, approve the application with conditions, or deny the application as submitted by the applicant. Town staff reviewed the application, finds that it meets the criteria as we see them, and recommend approval with no conditions. So I'm here to answer any questions that you have. The applicant is behind me to speak on behalf of the project.
Town staff finder. Met and recommend. So everything is met, and then you did a really nice job showing us what you're doing with red and circles and numbers, and so that was very nice and clean. Who was responsible for that? Good job. I just thought I'd recognize the good job. That was actually pretty skippy. Sometimes we don't see things like that. So thanks. And any discussions? Any discussions? We don't want to talk about this and belabor it for them? I mean, well, come on.
I like it.
I think it's really we just have to technically open up the floor to them if they do want to say anything about it. They don't have
Would
to.
you like to say something about it?
I don't think so.
That works then.
Yeah, okay. So therefore, I guess what I'm looking for is a motion as written by the staff. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the submission or the application as submitted.
Second.
Have a second. Is there any further discussion? No discussions? It looks like you're good. So all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? I believe it passed unanimously.
It's good now.
Perfect.
So now you just have to start building and.
Oh,
We did have a question about timing. How does the permitting phase of that work? Let's say we wanted to do that shed in 6 months. How does that
The
all
approval
work?
for a certificate of appropriateness is good for 2 years.
Okay.
So
Let me-
it's good for 2 years from today.
Let me ask the question though, is if they don't have the shed complete, can they get their CO for the whole building? Or do they have to have all complete in order for them to get their CO? Because there wasn't different building permits submitted, so I'm just
So there are 2 separate building permits. There's one for the primary structure and one for the carriage house.
curious.
Because anything that is not together by a heated wall requires a separate building permit. So a garage will always have a separate building permit. I will have to look into that and talk to building safety just to triple confirm that. However, I can say with certainty that the primary structure would be able to receive its CO, no question, as long as it's meeting all of the criteria of the certificate of appropriateness. And I will double check on that other thing, but we'll follow up and can make sure that works.
Because typically you have, what, 2 years after approval? Is that?
Yes, it is good for 2
But
years from the
again,
date
because it
of
was-
approval.
And I didn't know how you put your building permit, is it combined and, okay, so that was just
Okay.
something I guess.
And that,
Katie
the
will get
question
back.
it is really related, we will be able to use the carport and get a CO to use it before that shed's built. So that's,
I will have to follow up with building safety tomorrow because that's not something that I can answer totally, but
Okay.
I will.
Are you gonna use it for construction purposes and, in other words, is it part of the?
no, I mean, we plan on, mainly it's a boat. There's a boat that we're storing now, that was made for, that once we, in terms of timeline, we'd like to maybe start this in 3 or 4 months. We're getting close to CO on both structures soon. We'd like to park the boat because it won't interfere with the construction of this little shed. That's all we really are looking for.
I can,
Katie,
Work on
you're
that.
pretty thorough about it.
I'll work on that.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll put it in her lap.
But I got that. That's all I have.
Any other, boy, oh boy, what is it, 6:12? Folks, what do you think of that?
I say that we fantastic. Yeah.
I'm looking for,
Mm-hmm.
I have talked about you need to speak.
I was about to. Make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Meeting is, 6:13, holy smokes.